We're back again in the Lighthouse Diary, Outdoors Edition. Um, we are sitting in front of a Metro grocery store because, frankly, I like the table. And yeah, there was a forecast that there's going to be a bit of a thunderstorm today. But funny enough, as I was walking towards here, it looked as if like the dark clouds ahead of me, like we were going to like approach each other at the same time. But the weird thing was, um, and you might want to think about this, like with what I talk about for the rest of this diary entry. You may not, it's up to you. But basically, while I was approaching the darker clouds started moving further away from me. Let me know which is the right tense to use. But yeah, so yeah, right now we good. We good. We can talk. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Had a very raw prayer session with the Most High. I'm not going to get too deep into detail as to what exactly I was praying, but I got a visual that I want to describe to you. And hopefully it's clear. And if it's not, feel free to ask questions below. Um, you probably know my IG handle by now, and you could probably message me if you feel more comfortable doing that, or for whatever reason, comments don't work. So, and also, before I begin, if the shoe doesn't fit, you don't have to wear it. If this doesn't resonate, and if it's not for you right now, that is okay. It's not a bad thing. So, obviously, need to clarify that. But yeah, entertain me for a moment if you feel led to stay. Um, Imagine, you live in the woods, okay? And you know what? Like, nothing really has happened in the woods that would be alarming, per se. At least it hasn't in a while. Like, you haven't seen any, like, wild animals going crazy. You haven't really seen tornadoes or anything like that. Um, you haven't seen, like, things fly off into, like, the wind and, like, get carried away. Um, the trees in the woods didn't like knock over your house. You know what I mean? And let's say your house, it's a modest house, but it's a very cute house. It is made of bricks, and the roof, the finishing, the doors, the bricks, everything. Um, your house is basically like all of your favorite colors. Or like if you only have one favorite color, let's say like your whole house is like just your one favorite color. And you know what? You are minding your business. You are, raking your lawn if you decided to have a lawn. You're like painting a fence if you decided to have a fence. You are like, scrubbing the tub if you decided to have a tub in your house. Um, you know, you're doing your dishes in the kitchen. You know, you might have tried on some clothes like in the living room and got like a little excited. Put on some music, like you're just having a good time in the living room trying on some clothes, like the other day prior to this day of cleaning. And you know what, you might have gotten like like all up in the moment, just really feeling yourself, getting like carried away by like the music that you were playing, or like maybe something that you were watching on TV, just like having a blast. You're probably like dancing around in the living room the other day. And you know what, the living room floor the following day, like the day that you're cleaning, it's like covered in clothes. It might be covered in underwear. I don't know. You might have been trying on underwear if you decided to do that. Um, there could be like, scarves, maybe even like to accessorize with belts. Maybe there are like belts everywhere. Yeah, maybe you like went crazy or like you got really excited looking at jeans, so maybe there's like how many like pairs of jeans on the floor. You clearly had a fun time, okay? You were showing yourself a good time in the living room the other day, okay? And let's just say like the living room had no curtains yet, okay? You know, it was on your list to get some curtains. Get some curtains to complement like the rug, the if you decide to have a wood floor, like complement the color of the wood floor, the standing of the wood floor. You know, you might have decided like, okay, like put on my list, like put some stain for the wood. Um, you know, you also might have decided like, okay, like this vase is too small like for my plant. My plant is getting too big. There's a little bit of soil like around that vase. Like it's just your house plant is like sprouting like crazy. Um, so yeah, it's just like it looked like you had a bit of a party in the living room, okay? And yeah, let's just say someone is able to look through the window and they're able to see that your living room is looking a little messy, but like it's not far from, you know. And then let's say like the day that like you're cleaning, right? When you're like, you know, raking the yard, painting the fence, washing the dishes, scrubbing the tub, so on and so forth. Suddenly, like, you get a message, like, in your mailbox, and you see the carrier pigeon fly away, just going back to its regular business of, like, delivering mail, okay? And you know what? You open up that message, and you find out it reads something like this, like, "Hey, neighbor, this is your neighbor, in case you didn't realize that you have a neighbor." And like, you know, you're just reading this like, okay, this is kind of a strange note. I did not know that there were neighbors in the woods, but okay, let me just keep on reading. And you know, this message says like on this like little piece of paper, like, oh yeah, I just saw the other day that, you know, your living room is a bit of a mess. I just wanted to, you know, I just wanted to like let you know that you got some work to do. I don't know what's going on with you, but like it's you can't keep a house looking like that. Notice that the note, it didn't say you can't keep a living room looking like that. It said you can't keep a house looking like that, right? Okay, so what I'm trying to say here, whoever this neighbor is in your life, whether it's a literal neighbor, whoever, it could be someone like you're working with, it could be someone like you're studying with, it could be someone that you used to live with, so on and so forth. Like they were just basically trying to tell you that your whole life is a mess when they only, you know, made an assumption based on one thing that they saw that was wrong with your life. One. I have a question for you, okay? Whoever this neighbor is in your life, or this might happen in the future, or maybe this happened in the past, like take it how it applies if this does apply. Do you think that same neighbor in your life is going to be brave enough after saying one thing that they assume is wrong with your life, that they're going to add one, two, three things to say that is wrong about their life? Are they going to have that courage to talk about like those three things that isn't that like are not like going well in their own life? And yet they had the courage, they had the guts to say this one thing that they're assuming about your life. They're not going to tell you three things that's wrong with their life. Obviously not. Because this person, I guess, is the type of person, at least for now, that they're not ready to face what they're going through. But you're facing what you're going through. You're the one that's raking. You're the one that's painting the fence. You're the one that's scrubbing the tub. You're the one that's washing the dishes. And you sure as hell have a to do list that you've written out for your living room, whatever your living room situation is. I think you do understand this analogy that I'm using right now. And I hope that this has been, you know, comforting to you in some way. Um, I'm still not too sure what edifying means, but yeah, if this was like edifying for you, if this was a confirmation for you, um, yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, again, if this doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. But yeah, either way, thank you for spending some time with me. And yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say, yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, you know what? What matters is that you're paying attention to your own seasons and you're taking care of your own seasons. So you don't have to worry too much about like what other people might be thinking like or assuming about how well or how not well enough that you're taking care of your own side of things, right? When like you're not even paying any mind to like their living situation. You're not even paying attention to like what they're doing. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, I just want to kind of pass on something that I was also like talking about in the prayer session that I had. You know what? You have your own rabbit hole. You don't need to go someone down someone else's rabbit hole. You really, really don't. But if you do want to go down a rabbit hole that isn't yours, make sure it's on like Tubi or Netflix or something. You know? But that's it. You good. You don't have to worry about anyone else's rabbit hole. Um, so yeah, with that being said, I hope I got the message across as clearly as possible. Um, so yeah, in the meantime, until the next one, stay safe, stay cozy, stay sincere to your healing and adventurous self. Um, thank you for being a friend. As always, hope to see you in the next Lighthouse Diary entry.